Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. I'm Brian Anderson with Stan Van Gundy and Hall of Famer Grant Hill. Allie LaForce will be reporting from the sidelines. We've got the Boston Celtics facing the Indiana Pacers. Looking at the starting five for the Boston Celtics. And it's Bird in at the four-man spot. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Kuzi. Here's Bird. O'Neal pulls it in. Here's Daniels. Granger passes to George. Here's Granger. This one for 3. Oh, can't get it. Misses his first attempt.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Here's Pierce. And he lays it up and in.
Setting an aggressive tone early, challenging the heart of that defense.
Lewis passes to O'Neal. And just around a minute and a half into this first quarter. And it's good for 2.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Pacers foul. Now Daniels. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Bird. He's covered by O'Neal. Cowan's no good.
Oh, you got to finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
Daniels passes to O'Neal. They set the pick. 5 to shoot. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
Yeah, really nice feel from George. Making the correct decision in a two-man game.
Pass to Pierce. Soft touch off the glass.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Here's Lewis from downtown. George, that one's good.
And the defense has to be more aware of Paul George. You got to know how fast his trigger is.
Here's Kuzi. Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor. Pass to Granger. O'Neal with it. The fadeaway, and the Pacers tack on 2 more.
Yeah, that fadeaway gave him more than enough space to get that shot.
Boston calls timeout.
Here comes your breaker dance to the river.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. Havlicek passes to Kuzi. Here's Havlicek. George defending. Here's Bird. Boston again missing. Pacers leading by 5. And he's going for the oop here. Alley-oop up top. Hammer it home.
And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a pinpoint pass.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
Pass to Daniels. George, right side. Here's Lewis. Still no points. Down low. Here's Daniels. Oh, nice fake, but the layup's off the mark. Celtics trail by 5. Here's Bird. Pure from three-point range.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Here's Lewis. Pass to George. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Granger. Fires for 3. Kuzi with the rebound.
Well, you like the competitive mindset there, trying to answer right back. It just didn't fall.
Here's Pierce. Ooh, can't tie it up as that one's no good. Indiana on offense. Here's Lewis. Here's Granger. He drops it from range.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
And the Pacers making a change here. Oladipo's checked in.
Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Havlicek. George defending. His first shot attempt. Oladipo with the rebound.
Thin margin of error right there. You have to work for a better shot.
He's not going to take it easy when he gets to the bucket. George will hammer it home.
And Boston calls time here. And the Pacers making a change here.
Number 30, George McGinnis.
Pass to McHale. Here's Kuzi. He's guarded by Oladipo. The shot by Kuzi, no good. Indiana on offense. They're on a 16-7 run. George, no good. Celtics trail by 7. Here's Bird. And so far in this one, 2 for 4. Bird's gone 2 of 4 so far tonight. To the paint. Oh, they pick off the pass. Pass to McHale. Here's Havlicek. 6 to shoot. They set a pick. Three-pointer. Drills it from deep. And now it's just a 2-point Pacer lead.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
George outside. Oladipo outside. Outside O'Neal. Here's McGinnis. Tipped.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
First personal foul.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
Well, I have to applaud their ball movement. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
Another area they've excelled in is the points in the paint. They've been able to gouge the interior defense so far in this one.
And so he hits both. So it's Boston now. 4-point game. Kuzi, the pass to Cowens. Here's Sharman. Again, Boston.
Bill Sharman.
Now Oladipo. No points yet. Here's George. Hits the target from 18 feet. And Indiana leads by 4.
And that's the versatility of George. He does it from long range, mid-range, and at the rim.
Here's Sharman. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Oladipo, the pass to McGinnis. And here's George. Deflected. Here's Kuzi. And they're unable to get the tying bucket there. Now the Pacers on the move. Here's O'Neal. And it's Bird with a rebound. Boston on offense. Trailing by 2. Pass to Cowens, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
And the Pacers with possession here. Here's our test, hounded by Tatum. Now here's George. Defense right on him. And Indiana misses again. Here are the Celtics with the ball. Havlicek passes to Kuzi. Here's Havlicek. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
Suffocating defense to keep the layup from falling.
Oladipo outside. 6 on the shot clock. The 3, George drains the triple. George has got 10.
Yeah, just a drop in the bucket for PG-13. He will roast you from the corners if you let him.
Tatum feeling it out a bit. Comes up empty from 19 feet out. Indiana leading by 3. Oladipo finds George. Back to Oladipo. Deflects the pass.
Pacers foul by Nowitzki. First personal foul. Third team foul.
Boston shooting their first free throws of the game.
John Havlicek. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. White, he's checked in for Boston. And so he makes both from the line.
We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
To the middle. And out of bounds. The Celtics will take it. Indiana making a switch here.
Number 10.
There's a minute 12 left in the first. White with it. Pass to McHale. Clock at 6. Here's Havlicek. George defending. Havlicek's shot is off.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
Outside Tatum. Pass to Garnett. Here's Tatum. Takes a 3. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
You know, this team relies on Tatum hitting those shots, and that's why he's such a high-volume three-point shooter.
Now here's George. He's got 10. Oh, a beautiful reverse layup. George has got 12 points in the game.
Oh, just an easy reverse for him. He has nice feel and touch around the bucket.
Paul George, he's feeling it tonight. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And guys, what's your take on Indiana so far?
Was simple. Rebounding made all the difference in the first quarter. They really got after it.
Hey, look, it's simple. More rebounds means more possessions, and that's clearly been their priority.
And so it's White with it. He brings it up for Boston. So the Celtics 5 right now. We've got Jason Tatum, and it's White in at the point guard position. Driving in. It's rebounded by George. Havlicek's gone just 1 of 5 from the floor. Nedelicki passes to Boosie. George outside from deep. George with another miss. Boston with the ball. White, the pass to Garnett. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet, we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Daniels is checked in for Indiana. Oladipo comes in for George. Here's McGinnis. Here's our test. Pass to Oladipo. Tried to bank it in, but it misses. Inside. White with it. Right side Tatum. Stolen. And he's going for the lob.
Beautiful setup on the alley-oop.
Great catch, great flush. Boston trailing. White looking it over. They set the screen. The kick to Tatum. 5 on the clock. Oh, and a great bucket from Tatum. Taking the hit.
And Jason Tatum was fearless on that finish. Went right through the contact.
Here's our test. Nails it from 3. And Indiana leads by 3.
Defensively, gotta close out a little faster. That's a look he'll make with regularity.
There's Tatum with the 3. Indiana with a rebound. McGinnis has got 4 rebounds now. To the wing, right side. To the inside, Daniels.
Well, he sends it inside where they can get a high percentage look. That's just great basketball.
Timeout.
And Boston calls time here.
Substitution on the court.
So it's Boston now. It's a 5-point game. Here's Pierce. He's got 6. Shot clock at 6. Up top, White. It's rebounded by Nedelicki. Pass to Lewis. To the middle. Here's Boosie. Always a nice way to start. Takes his first one.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Pierce, the pass to White. Here's Pierce. Here's the pick. Will it go? Lewis with the rebound. Pass to Boosie. Here's our test. Here's Lewis. Counted from distance. And now a 10-point Pacer lead.
And they're building up steam, getting out in front and trying not to look back.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
Back to White. Tries it from 19. Rebounded by Daniels. Daniels has got 4 rebounds in the game. Boosie passes to Daniels. Here's Lewis. He's guarded by White. Here's Boosie. Boston with a rebound. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Brian, one of the great challenges of an NBA player's life is being traded. Veteran P.J. Tucker said, in 24 hours, you're playing for another team in another city, getting all of your stuff, uprooting your kids, changing schools. Your whole entire life changes in a blink. If you've never experienced it, you never understand. B.A.?
Pretty heavy stuff, Alex. Thank you. Indiana shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. Boston making a switch here. Celtics trail by 9. Pass to Kuzi. Here's Parrish. Take it away! Here's Kuzi. No points so far. Here's Bird. He's covered by O'Neal. Just 5 on the clock. Bird, that's good. Pacers leading by 7. And the Pacers call time here. Oladipo is checked in for Indiana.
Number 4, Victor Oladipo.
Here's O'Neal. Here's George. Indiana again missing. Here's Havlicek. He's guarded by Oladipo. Pass to Parrish. Here's Bird. Shot clock at 5. Puts up a deep 3. They get it back. Out to the right wing. Off the mark there with a 3.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
O'Neal. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Throws it down emphatically.
He's got serious hops, right? You add that to his ability to penetrate, that's 2 easy points.
Putting that pass right in his stride, didn't have to slow up, and was able to complete the play.
Now here's George. He's got 12. And that basket makes him 6 for 11, shooting a good percentage.
Yeah, muscling his way for the bucket. George doing what he does best.
Here's Bird. An easy 2 on the layup. Bird's got 4 points this quarter.
Simple. The closer you are to the hoop, the better your chance to score.
Lewis passes to Daniels. Now here's George. There's a screen to the paint. And it's blocked. What a play as he just snatches the shot out of midair. Here's Havlicek. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's going to go on Paul George.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
The Celtics making a switch here. Here's Lewis. Here's O'Neal. And the Pacers tack on 2 more.
I want Halliburton running my offense. Tyrese is a fantastic decision maker.
Here's McHale. He's covered by O'Neal. Havlicek passes to Kuzi. Here's McHale. Count the basket.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
Pass to McGinnis. Now Halliburton. It's stolen. And they're on the run. Here's Kuzi. Yet to see a basket. Here's McHale. He's covered by O'Neal. McHale, the pass to Bird. 6 on the shot clock. And the 3 off target. Indiana leading by 6. Over to the left wing. Here's Lewis. And it's Bird with a rebound. Bird's got his 4th rebound in this one. From deep. From beyond the arc, and then some. Bird's got 12 points.
You're leaving him all alone? Good luck. He's going to drill that every time.
And George with the jam.
And look at George going off on the defense, putting them to shame with the alley-oop jam.
Pass to Parrish. Here's Havlicek. Here's Bird. George defending. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. Havlicek's shot is off. Havlicek's gotten just 1 of his 6 shots to fall here. O'Neal passes to McGinnis. There's a screen. Here's Lewis. And that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
Nice use of the step back to create space.
Pass to McHale. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And he makes a first. Good on both.
To have a big who's great at the line, such a plus.
Minute 32 left in the first half of basketball. And the basket is good. He got it to go, and he took the bump. So a free throw coming up, an opportunity at a 3-point play. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. A minute and a half left to play in the second quarter. Pass to Bird. From deep 3-point land. Here's Cowens. It's tipped. Here's Granger. On target from range. Granger's got 6.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. Must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
Here's Daniels. Nice dish, and the layup goes down. Daniels has got 6 in the quarter.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Boston shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. The first one falls. And he makes the first, but misses the second. Indiana on offense. They're on a 12-3 run. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Kuzi. And he's now 1 for 4 after that one.
Oh, explosive crossover. How's that for a move?
Here's Lewis. Give him 8. Down low. Here's O'Neal. Misses the fadeaway. And so it's the Indiana Pacers now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. How about the way they've attacked the paint? This throwback approach is paying off. And don't go far. We'll be right back. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Paul George has been sensational.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
We've got Paul George, and it's Lewis in at the point. That's the 5 for the Pacers. 6 to shoot. Ranger, no good. Celtics trail by 12. Pass to Cowens. Here's Havlicek. Here's Kuzi inside. Cowens, no good. To the inside. Here's O'Neal. And that's off the glass and in. O'Neal's got 10.
He means business. Unlikely to be a comeback on his watch.
Well, this is how you shut the door, right? You keep making good shots and you build the lead.
Here's Lewis. 14 points, their largest margin of the game. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
2 shots.
And he sinks the second. And so it's Boston with it. Pass to Havlicek. Over a minute and a half now into this third quarter action.
Showing great vision and delivering the pass out in front.
Lewis passes to Daniels. Here's George. Clock at 6. Three-pointer, no good. Celtics trail by 13. Here's Havlicek. And the layup is good. Give him 8 points now.
Oh, he has a lot of tools in the toolkit. That right there was just one of them.
Here's George. The rebound, Celtics. Cowens has got his 4th rebound in this one. Havlicek passes to Kuzi. There's a screen. To the paint. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. Outside O'Neal. Pass to Lewis. Three-pointer. Keeps it alive. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Daniels has got 14 points.
Now that takes serious effort and a light touch.
No need to overdo it. Just lightly tip it in. And Boston calls time here. Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have passed. Connects from downtown.
Yeah, this is when they need to lean on him more. Get him the ball and let him build some momentum.
Here's Lewis. 9 points in the game. George for 3. And it's Bird with a rebound. Bird's got a rebound number 5 here tonight. And there's the drive. Ooh, lots of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws will follow that whistle. These are his first free throws of the game. And he drops the first. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Indiana leading by 6. Pass to George. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Yeah, on the drive, George's length is a gift, helping him get the shot off even with a foul.
So he gets them both. Celtics trail by 8. Here's Havlicek. Here's Kuzi. 6 points for him. It's deflected, and he gets it back. 6 on the shot clock. Bird. Boston again missing. Here's Lewis. Pass to Granger. The three. Fires in the triple. Granger's got 9 points.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
The defense George provides is huge, using his length and instincts to come away with the steals.
Bird, that's good. He's got 18.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Pass to Granger. Here's Lewis. O'Neal inside. Here's the three. Another shot. Daniels, that one's true. Daniels has got 4 points this quarter.
I mean, he's ignoring the scoreboard. He just keeps coming at him.
Well, you have to play like it's a tight game. You cannot let up in this league.
Here's Pierce. He's got 9. He gets it in there.
It doesn't get any easier than that. The defense has to play better.
Here's Lewis. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
And another thing that's impressed me has been their consistency with their two-point jump shots, getting it done from the mid-range.
Oladipo's checked in for Indiana. Here's Bird. Rebounded by Daniels.
Yeah, credit the defense there, not allowing the easy layup.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by George. Celtics trail by 11. Pass to Havlicek. Here's Cowens. Here's Havlicek. George defending to the middle. Here's Cowens. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. And he'll be shooting his first free throw. Indiana leading by 8. Lets it go from 11. And it's good as he snugs it right through the net. Rangers got 12 points.
Good move inside, finishing through some tough defense. He'll battle you anytime he's around the rim.
Here's Bird. He's got 18. 4 on the clock. Here's Cowens. Blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. Boston will have another go.
Boston ball. Onto the court for the Pacers. Number 10, Don Boucy.
And they forced the shot clock violation. Great D. Boy, you love how guys are making plays for one another here.
Yeah, just a balanced attack, a total team effort.
George for 3. Drops in the 3. George has got 5 points in the quarter.
And at the offensive end, George persistent and consistent.
Here's Havlicek. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Here's Boucy. Pass to O'Neal. Shot clock at 6. Here's George. And Havlicek pulls it down. Havlicek's got 4 rebounds in the game. Down low. Kuzi, the pass to Bird. Here's Kuzi. Lets it fly. It's rebounded by Indiana. Daniels has got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Pass to Boucy. Outside O'Neal. And a bit of a battle for the ball. And the officials signal a jump ball here. Daniels passes to Boucy. 4 on the clock. Here's Granger. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Celtics trail by 10. Kuzi, the pass to Bird. There's the triple. Havlicek's shot is off. Havlicek's gone 3 of 9 tonight from the field. Here's Busi. Takes it inside, and it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Oh, excellent way to pad the lead.
Yeah, especially when it's your one throwing it down like that.
It shows you're able to attack the rim from any position.
Jacks up a 3. Cowens passes to McHale. That one no good. Pacers leading by 12. Here's Granger. And it's Bird with a rebound. To the paint. Here's McHale. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Pass to Busi. Now Oladipo takes the 3, and Havlicek pulls it down.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
Here's Garnett. Here's Bird. 18 points for him. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's his first trip to the line. Both good from the line that time. Indiana leading by 8. Out to the wing. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Boston. White, the pass to Havlicek. Back to White. On the take. And the layup is good off the glass.
And despite the size mismatch, getting a little aggressive down there in the paint.
Yeah, he didn't let the defense affect him there. He just kept his focus.
Halliburton, the pass to McGinnis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Let's go with a 3. Oh, yes, sir. Halliburton from deep.
At the perimeter, Halliburton has a lot of confidence. He's just about always ready to take that shot.
Pass to Parrish. Outside Tatum. Here's Havlicek. He's guarded by Oladipo. Fades back. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. Both teams will make substitutions. He's gone 3 of 4 from the line. 17 seconds left in the third quarter. White against Oladipo. Shoots it from the high post. That one doesn't drop.
You won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
And so it's Indiana leading by 6. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Now that is an elite level dish. What a great passer.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. And it's Pierce in at the small forward position. Here's Pierce. Indiana with a rebound. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. It's George on the wing. Beyond the arc, hits the trifecta. George has got 26 points.
Such a pure score. If George finds his shot, it's almost as good as in.
Kuzi tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Pass to George. Here's Nedelicki. Here's Artest. Off target with a jump hook. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock.
Pacers foul. Artest. Second personal foul. First team foul. Celtics substitution.
A 3 from the inbound. Pierce can't get to it. Indiana leading by 11. Lewis passes to Nedelicki. Here's Lewis. Pass to Nedelicki. Kicks it to George. Offensive rebound, Pacers.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Pierce gets the bucket.
That's an excellent bucket there. Not an easy one. That took some creativity.
A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. George passes to Nedelicki. Shot clock at 5. And that's good. Paul George for 3. George has got 8 points in the quarter.
The defense was just nowhere to be found, and because of that, he adds to their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is, he doesn't need much space anyway. But that one was too easy.
They get it again to the wing on the left. Here's Kuzi. Tries yet again, and that's 2 points on the layup.
Well, it doesn't get any easier than this. They'll take these shots every time.
Here's Lewis. George, right side. They double team George. Fires from deep. Kuzi with the rebound. Celtics trail by 10. To the middle. Garnett no good. A little over 3.5 minutes in the books now in this fourth quarter. Here's Lewis. Kicks it to George. Gets the 3 ball to go. George has got 16 in the second half.
Coming down the stretch, they've leaned on the perimeter game.
Well, if you're looking to get points in a hurry as the game clock's running down, that's certainly the way to do it.
Here's Nedelicki. Pass to George. They double team George. Here's Lewis. From outside, off the mark. Celtics trail by 13. Sharman, the pass to Kuzi. Here's McHale. Here's Garnett. Inside. Here's Pierce. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Pierce has gotten 4 this quarter.
Terrific design and execution, leading to an opportunity right at the rim.
George for 3. The rebound, Celtics. Here's Kuzi. Pass to Garnett. Here's Pierce. Right wing. And the deficit down inside single digits.
Well, this is why you watch the floor at all times. The best shot can appear in the middle of your own.
Nedelicki passes to Lewis. There's the drive. And there it is for him.
Showing off the dribble moves, able to create for himself. I love it.
Pass to Pierce. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. And he knocks down the first one. So both teams changing it up here. He's perfect from the line this time. And here's Indiana now. Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. And I'm sure the players will be staying hydrated with some Gatorade during this timeout. It's so important that they maximize their ability to recharge during a short break like this. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
I got a chance to hear what Indiana's head coach was saying to the team. And despite the lead, they are still coaching this team hard. In the huddle, they told their guys to stay alert. Do not give them anything easy. They want to protect this late lead, BA.
Thank you for that, Allie. And it's in there.
Yeah, when you make your mid-range shots, you force your opponents to adjust.
Well, look, he's got the link to get that shot off regardless of how the defense plays.
Here's Bird. From behind the arc. Cowens. Boom! He jams it straight down.
The big-time throwdown.
Check him out. Keeps the grip on that rim after the finish. A little extra emphasis. Now here's Halliburton. And there's the screen. Here's George. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good. George has got 13 points in this quarter.
The great touch from PG-13. That's just pro right there.
Here's Havlicek, defended by Halliburton. Doubled by O'Neal. Here's Kuzi. Gets the three to fall. Kuzi's got 9 points now in the second half.
And just sinks it over the taller defender. That's why you have to crowd shooters on the perimeter.
Yeah, you get a little more space out there to operate, and that helps him find the room he needs.
Here's Havlicek. And it's Bird missing.
In the second half, it seems like they've given him the green light. Might want to rethink that. Well, they expect this from him, and he's a big reason they're out in front right now.
Pass to Bird. Here's Garnett. Here's Havlicek. George defending. Here's Cowens. Rebounded by Daniels. Daniels has got his 16th rebound on the night. Halliburton for three. Cowens grabs the board. Cowens has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Kuzi, the pass to Garnett. From the wing, got a piece of it. And here's George. Outside O'Neal. Back to George. Knocks it loose. With the drive. First one falls for him. Lewis has checked in for Halliburton. And that's good as he hits both shots. Indiana leading by 8. Here's Lewis. George, right side.
John Havlicek, 4th personal foul, first team foul.
Here's Lewis. And there's the lob. 6 to shoot.
Oh, that's some pesky defense. Should have thought twice before attempting that pass.
Pass to Bird. Here's Havlicek. To the inside.
Indiana foul, Madden Daniels, 5th personal foul, 4th team foul. Shooting for
That one's off.
Dave Collins, 2 shots.
Good on the second one. They've got time on their side here, Grant.
And if they're smart, they'll milk the clock a little.
Intercepted. There's the three. Bird, that's good. Bird's got 11 points here in the second half.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
Here's Granger. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist. George has got his 5th assist in this one.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Here's Lewis. There's a minute 26 left in the 4th. Here's Daniels. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
The officials were right on top of that one.
At the line, for Indiana, Mal Daniels, 2 shots.
He gets the first, and that stretches their lead to 8. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Kuzi, the pass to Cowens. Here's Bird. Misses from short range.
Coach loves the execution, just not the result. That's okay. That's part of the process.
Down low. Here's Lewis. And he banks in the layup. And Indiana leads by 10.
That's an inspired ball club. They fought hard, and during the most important moments, they made big plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
Here's Pierce. With the teardrop. Rebounded by Daniels. I think a bucket here, Grant, would end this game.
Absolutely. That would put a bow on this one. Safe to say, the outcome is no longer in question.
Yeah, look, sometimes you just break your opponent's spirit And I think this has been one of those times.
Assist from Bob Cousy.
And they've been careless with the ball tonight.
Yeah, it's a lack of focus and a lack of discipline. They're better than this.
About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Lewis passes to Daniels. And it's rejected. And so Indiana takes this one by a big margin. This one was a fun one to watch.